Man, I'm pumped to be down 20. Wrong number. I wish I was saying 30. Down 20 pounds today. I'm looking for. Day 49, 75 hard. I am excited this morning because I am finally down 20.8 pounds. I finally hit the 20-pound mark. I'm excited. That was like my first weight loss goal. I'm doing good. Adjusting the calories is definitely helping. I want to be careful though. It does make it harder to want to eat more. You feel like you're just eating so many small meals now that you want like one big meal. I can't really explain it. It is dark out. I was getting used to the light. It was nice. Oh, guys. It's cold, no wind. It's really nice. It's beautiful, actually. Well, I have mittens now because I had to go back home because Axel just scared the crap out of me. The hill where I walk, there's a three-way intersection. Our road, and then I guess you could say the main road. And the hill starts at the intersection. So we'd just come down the hill, and I'm assuming he's right there with me like he always is. Never ever has done this. I could tell you he's still not feeling well. I'm halfway up. I look back and he's not there. I can't tell because I got Maggie, so I can still hear the collar jingling. So I can't see because I'm up the hill. I'm assuming he went home, but I was a little panicked for a minute there because I couldn't find him. And I come around the corner, and the flashlight hits his reflective vest in the driveway. He's definitely not feeling good. It's daylight. It is a beautiful morning. You can see the sun coming up back there. No clouds. I was hoping to bring the drone out, but I don't even bother when there's no clouds unless I am shooting something low to the ground or like straight down. I only needed the mittens for like 2-3 minutes. Now I'm just carrying them. I'll probably even hear at the corner. I wasn't sure when I went back for Axel if I had done all the hills, but I'm pretty sure it's coming down on my second hill. So me and Maggie just walked it out up top. Coming down, I'm gonna walk the lower part of the road. Finish the first 45. Probably check in with John. See if the kids are up. If he needs help. They're such good kids. We've known them since they were born. They're really good kids. We had fun last night. I'll try to get the walk. Try to get everything done this morning. I might end up finishing inside just so John can get ready. He's got to go out. The difference between these two dogs, between Axel and Maggie, we spent months in training with Axel. He had me in tears at times. He took off on me practicing training. Maggie's always been like right there. I think it's the difference between a boy and girl dog. I don't know. He still like has his defiant side, but it's not like bad. He doesn't want to do something. He doesn't want to do it. Maggie's a good listener. She was very hard to walk when she was a puppy. Getting her to stop like yanking took a long time. Now we can walk off leash. Good girl, stay. Come here. Good girl. We got a car coming. Good girl. Another good thing about doing the double walks is I'm walking about 3 miles. Typically the sprint triathlon is 3.1 miles. Boston's 3.6. So even if I'm not running, it helps me get used to being on my feet and moving for that period of time. I did this 1 year training. My plantar fasciitis was so bad I couldn't run. It was just too painful. But I pushed myself to walk because I wanted to at least not feel super fatigued doing the distance, if that makes sense. But the rate we're going, I'm hoping to be feeling pretty good by then in August. There's a couple races before that on my mind. I don't know if I'll do them. I think because I didn't do any last year, I'd like to at least do one to kind of get the rustiness out. I mean, Boston's only ever trying to beat my own personal record. I think that's what I like about that course. I mean, wind can be a factor, but overall it's flat. And as long as the bay isn't choppy, the first time I did it, they canceled the swim and started with a beach run. I was miserable. I actually was not prepared. They started late, didn't have enough water. Back then I wouldn't eat before a race. I've taught myself to eat before a race. Threw up later that day, probably had heat stroke. It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah. My best friend came up for it, and we went to go see her aunt. She'd only met a couple times. We literally got there. They looked at me and said, this was a few hours later. I had showered, rested, had eaten a little bit. I got out of the car. They looked at me and they said, are you okay? And I ran to this side of the house and threw up. It was so embarrassing. And I remember thinking on the way there, I almost told my friend to just drop me off at the hospital. That was bad. I've learned a lot from that day. Yeah, that wasn't the race's fault. That was my fault. Yeah. What I haven't talked about, actually, is that I have a stair climb coming up in about a month and a half. It's in Boston, one beacon. This will be the 3rd year doing it. I wasn't in great shape last year doing it. Feeling pretty good about going into it this year. I should weigh less, I think. I gotta look at my weight last year. I might be close to where I was. All right, wrapping up day 49. Gotta mark it off on the calendar here. Opted for 2 walks again this morning because I was feeling better. I wasn't really feeling the abdomen pull, but I did feel it when I got back and I was working on my computer on the couch. So I'm glad that I did the 2 walks. I don't want that to worsen. I'm hoping to get out on my bike, possibly at my mom's next weekend. It'll still be cold, but it should be like hopefully in the 50s, which I think is manageable. So I didn't want to push it with the deep breaths on the bike, so we stayed inside. Axel is still not feeling well. We're keeping an eye on him. He's only like 4 days into his medicine. I really hope that things get better here soon. I might end up having to call the vet tomorrow or Tuesday and just checking to make sure it sounds like things are going okay. Down 6 or 8. What did I say? 20.8 pounds? John's down 41.6. 41.6 pounds. We both hit our milestones that we wanted to hit together today. Pork chops, potatoes, and broccoli for dinner. Lunch was a 1 bar. That seems to be the bar that I found that's not making me sick. Breakfast I had Special K with almond milk again. We were babysitting our friends' kids. They brought their breakfast. It was just easier for me to just have the cereal. And that's pretty much it. Wrapping up the day. I have a lot of water to finish in the next hour. Again, behind on the water. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.